Hi, welcome. On this video, I'm over here with Sadie again for service dog training and focusing in once again on the vehicle entry exercise. And again, this is a interaction where Sadie definitely did not like going in as a follower. Again, her preference is she wants to be in the front seat, or at times she really just absolutely refused to get in the back with her owner. So knowing that she can kind of shut that down, this is something that, again, this is a big ticket item where I've really been focusing in on getting her to go in, being motivated to go in as a follower. So therefore, going in when her owner needs her to go in all situations, all circumstances. And this is coming along very well. Here in this video, you're going to see her becoming more motivated to go in, really reducing the amount of influence needed to get her to do it. So, but again, understand this is kind of like when I talk about demand. This takes on a really direct demand because how this funnels, okay, and what this is associated to, including the past, okay, where she's able to really kind of win in a way by refusing to go in many times. But again, as a service dog, she needs to be able to go with her owner, and her owner's preference is to have her in the back seat, which makes sense, okay, wanting, again, driving the vehicle, wanting it to be safe. But again, just like, again, I talk about the parenting example with the child that wants to sit in the front seat with the parent and not in the back seat with their brother or sister, okay? But because there's been times, very interesting, that Sadie will just jump right up in the top seat when she knows there's something in it for her in terms of where she's going, making certain associations. But again, as I talk about using motivators such as using treats and trying to bribe your way to getting a dog to respond. But the problem with that is that it's all about the current state of the relationship. It's about, just like the parenting example, okay? Once a dog has gained a level of control, it changes everything. So here, influence is active, it's needed, and here you can still see that she definitely working through this, still not liking, okay, her being told what to do this way. But here you're going to see me really taking off a lot of the influence. And really, again, as she goes up there, encouraging her. But again, what you'll notice too is that, getting her to go more in the center of the seat. She wants to hang on the outside with her paws, and she doesn't. Again, still working through this. So, but again, so I'm gonna get her to go in here a couple times, kind of see it. So again, moving her around here, getting her set up. As I move her around, again, pretty leery. But here, I'm gonna put her into the sit first. Okay, up, up. Top seat, that's excellent. Now I'm going to put a little pressure on her right here, because again, she wants to really try to hang off. And so what I'm going to do here is just going to hold the leash a little bit to get her to kind of edge back a little bit more each time, so she's not so clinging off, because again, the door has to close, and she really doesn't like being told, like she's saying, okay, I'm okay with going in there right now, I'm getting better at that, but I don't want to go right to the middle of the seat. Okay, I want to just hang right off the side here so I can kind of escape all of this, okay? But she's becoming more and more agreeable. So here what I'm doing here with the leash is just holding her back a little bit. I'm not letting her kind of go down so she can kind of cling on to that side part of the seat. But again, as I'm doing this, just kind of holding her here a little bit, and tapping a little bit. So there we go. Now she just went back a little bit with the paw, which is excellent. There we go. So she's, yep. So I'm going to go for it down here in a moment. Can't quite see probably as well as you probably would like, but there we go. So that's better. So she's still trying to claw in here with a paw. I'm just going to move her back a bit. So just inching her back a little bit here. So every time as you do this, just trying to get her more centered too, more to go in and relax more. So, because again, this is about taking stress off of her at the same time, getting her to relax. But again, this is going to be very challenging, especially with Sadie's 2 years old, and so this is something that's been going on for quite a while. Now I'm going to bring her out. Doing really good. Now I'm going to walk around the vehicle this time and just kind of cover off a little bit so that, in terms of walk around the vehicle, kind of mixing it up a little bit so that approaching the vehicle certain ways, get her kind of used to kind of moving around certain ways and entering it. So here, I'm going to walk around here one time with her too. in, bring her around. I'm going to line this back up again. I want her to kind of, I don't want her to jump right in yet. I want her to kind of sit first. So I want to settle her in here for a moment and get her to relax. Because again, just to have patience. So it's about when I decide, when her owner decides to get her to come going on command. So because all this will start to take shape in terms of off leash, you know, becoming more and more motivated as a follower. So right now I have a little bit of, I really just as much influence as necessary right now, and starting to build up to the command itself. Up, up. Good girl. Up. Now right here, this is where I'm going to kind of assert a little influence to get her to kind of, I'm going to center her a little bit. There we go. There she's moving this way a little bit. Turns around. Down. Down. There we go. This is great because now she's laying down the other way. Down. I'll push on her just a little bit. Because the whole point of the exercise is say, hey, if I'm in control, she doesn't have to be, and she can relax. Okay, so the vehicle for her has been a very challenging issue, again, based on relationship. Yeah. So I'm just going to keep asserting a little bit of influence on her. Tap a little bit. There we go. I want to go down fully. There we go. She went down really great there. I'll leave her alone for a moment. And again, because this takes stress off of her at the same time as I'm doing this. But you can see how, again, this is starting to transition more into just a command. And so I'll be working with her owner actually tomorrow on this exercise and switching it over so that she's able to do the same thing. So I'm going to bring Sadie out here. Come on out. Just one more time. Doing really good. So just enough influence to help guide her down. And this is the other thing too, when people look at this too, I know we've had people in the past look at this and say, well, there must be something wrong because, you know, of her struggling with her hips, or she's slightly overweight. Actually, she's dropping a few pounds here, getting a little bit more exercise as we're doing this stuff. But what it is, it's physiological, okay, mind and body. So what you'll see is in situations like this where you're putting a demand on the dog, the mind's like kind of like pulling in on itself. It affects the body. And so therefore we'll look at things and then we'll say, okay, there's something physically wrong, when actually it's about relationship. And so again, working through that, being able to reconcile the responses properly so we follow the right path. Because temptations go the other way. Start to engage in bribery, using treats, and then what happens is, you know, there's those times where the dog's going to refuse to do it, okay? And you want a dog to be doing it the right way as a follower in all situations. So this is about following the right path, being able to reconcile the reactions properly. So we're going to do this one more time. See, come on. Right here, see, she doesn't definitely, you know, a little bit of not liking. Again, this is just about doing the same thing each time. So because this is language, as I'm interacting with dogs, doing the same thing each time. Again, just a holding pattern here for a moment. And get her to go up. Up. Barely putting any pressure on the leash here at all. Now right here, same thing. I'm going to push her back a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to get her paws back a little. There we go. So she's not like trying to hang on to the edge like a bat. Okay. There. She's getting more relaxed. She's starting to really get more relaxed here. Because again, there is a working through. You know. So you have to be kind of accepting of that as well. So it's just like striking the right balance between a demand, influence, and again, wanting her to be motivated, but again, following the right path. So again, doing really, really well. Get her out here. A little bit of pressure here.